explore, learn, and share as we jump on a day filled with brilliant minds and inspiring talks. So this is Ike Tarakeshwar, a former TEDx speaker, and here comes my co-anchors. So, yeah. Hi, I'm Harish E. from grade 10.
I'm RS Tapasya Prakash of grade 9.
And it's truly an honor to be a host for today's event. So, shall we start our day by invocation and welcome by KRM Ganalaya and Natyalaya? Let's begin our day by taking up the positive energy they bring to the stage. So please join me in welcoming them with a big round of applause, guys.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high to that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. मन हो निर्भय जहाँ ज्ञान मुक्त हूँ तहाँ ऊंचा हो शीश जहाँ भारत हो उसी स्वर्ग में तुम जागृत करो जागृत करो जागृत करो. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high to that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. जहाँ नहीं मंदिर हो दे धरती कन्हैया घर की दीवारों में जहाँ वाक्य फूट फूट बढ़ते हो हृदय की उचाह भरे चरणों में भारत हो उसी स्वर्ग में तुम जागृत करो जागृत करो जागृत करो. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high to that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. My Father, let my country awake. My Father, let my country awake.
Light is the symbol of brightness and prosperity as sunlight expels the darkness of night. Similarly, blessings bring in our life prosperity and happiness. To make this event a blessed one, let me invite our CEO, Sir, Radhika Ma'am, Roshni, former TEDx speaker, and Lakshmi and Shivashankari from audience to light the lamp.
Thank you, Radhika ma'am. And thank you, our alumni Roshni.
the audience to switch off their phones, and there should be no photographs and videos should be taken, since it will be a danger for our TEDx license. So please, audience, switch off your phones now. So let's welcome Rafi to give the intro for our welcome note.
Motivation. She is service-oriented and she loves serving people even at her lowest. She is one of the school toppers in the CBSE Senior Secondary Exam and an awardee of General Proficiency. She has received the Class Topper Award from iOS Olympiad and has also bagged a jury award in Brahma Science and Tech Festival. She was a sergeant in NCC and a certificate holder with distinction and a Rajpurastar awardee. She possesses the qualities of a firm and effective leader. She was elected as the Assistant School Pupil Leader, Cultural Secretary, Sports Secretary, and the President of Interact Club. She was one of the speakers in 5th edition of TEDxYouth at KRM Public School. She captivated all of us by her talk, unanswered questions. So let us welcome Roshini on stage.
What if the limits we perceive is the starting point of something incredible? How can a single thought be nurtured and shared, which could create a catalyst of revolution in thoughts and actions? Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and curious minds, welcome to this inspiring journey of innovation and ideas at TEDxYouth at KRM Public School. This is Roshni, a proud alumna of KRM Public School and a former TEDx speaker. Our school started its journey of TEDx from 2017. Can you all guess the number of speakers that have bombarded this stage till now with their genuine ideas worth sharing? No prizes for guessing, absolutely. No idea? Till 5th edition, we had 32 speakers, and today we have 6 more speakers, making it a total of 38 speakers. Isn't it a big number? Yes. Even I was a speaker in 5th edition, and I spoke on unanswered questions, briefing about the parental separation and their impact in children, because I myself experienced it. Today we have got new speakers talking on unique topics like scaredy cat into a confident kitty, unwrapping the unknown past, the spark igniting within. Cyborg moms, my scrumptious talk, my way or the highway towards Gen Z. Are you all excited? Yes. The amount of preparations we do to enter this prestigious stage, the amount of corrections our mentors do, the amount of emotional support we give each other as co-speaker is something phenomenal, and I believe that every person who has the skill of public speaking must experience it. Brownie points, when you become a TEDx speaker, you also get a green room provided with loads and loads of snacks and beverages. You know, when I got into this international stage, we worked hard, okay. But then, when I got into the stage, I realized the curiosity and openness of the audience. I realized that these platforms could foster genuine ideas worth sharing. And it could also create a rippling effect of change, extending beyond the stage. There is a lot of benefits in public speaking. One is that you become knowledgeable, you inspire people, you are publicly seen and heard, and who knows, you can even get a job as a public speaker. Today, I can assure all the speakers that you all have taken the best decision of your life, and you would never regret it. And I'm sure you all are gonna rock the stage today with your persuasive talks, Believe in the impact you can create and let your authenticity shine bright. On behalf of the TEDx committee and today's speakers, I extend my warm welcome to everyone gathered here. Hope you all are waiting for the show to begin. Yes? So let us all sit back and enjoy this wonderful and lively show. Thank you.
TEDxYouth at KRM Public School is an annual event to provide KRM students an international platform to share their innovative ideas to the world. And TEDxYouth at KRM Public School is providing this sparking experience since its first edition in 2017. With almost 32 exquisite speakers in its past 5 editions. Now, let's have a glance on TEDx introduction video.
Welcome to TEDx. This TEDx event is part of a global conversation that takes place every day in every corner of the world. In schools, in theaters, in workplaces, even in prisons, people gather to hear the best ideas bubbling up in their communities. More than 3,000 TEDx events are held every year in 170 countries. It's a remarkable thing. TEDx events are self-organized under a license from TED, a non-profit organization devoted to discovering and sharing powerful ideas in the form of TED Talks. It's not TED itself, but your local TEDx team of volunteers that has done all the work to put on today's event, including booking all of the speakers. It's this team's ideas, dedication, and time that have made this possible. We really hope today's program sparks an exciting conversation. This is a day for curiosity and for skepticism, for inspiration and for action. The more you enter into it, the more you will take out. And now, on with the show.
So now our excitement grew as we introduced to the essence of TEDx through this video, which summarizes about the ideas worth spreading.
Wow, wow, wow. This day becomes more memorable and wonderful day for one of our speakers. Yes, it's a special day for our speaker, Narayani. Yeah, it's her birthday today. Come on, Narayani. Dear audience, let's celebrate Narayani's birthday together. Dear audience, let's wish Narayani.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Narayani. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you, dear.
May God bless.
Audience, come on, let's wish Narayani.
Thank you. God bless. God bless you. God bless. Sir, please come. Okay, thank you all. Shall we proceed to the next one?
It's time to welcome our speaker one. So, do you know who's speaker one? It's our birthday girl. So, our first speaker is a personification of transformation from a scaredy cat to a confident powerhouse. Narayani Om Prakash. She's a 10th grader of KRM Public School who aspires to become a chartered accountant. She's passionate towards various art forms like painting, music, dance, and etc. She believes that expressing emotions through art forms help in overcoming the fear and face challenges in life. She is highly motivated by her mother and grandmother and likes to spend her time watching movies and researching about the future prospects. Her dream is to become a TEDx speaker and she never forgets to grab the opportunities. She expressed her happiness through dance and has completed the Salangai Pujai. She is also an NCC cadet and achieved various prizes in it. So now she is here to share a journey of personal growth. So please welcome our speaker one with a big round of applause, guys.
It was late evening. The clouds had become dark and the thunder showers were about to pour. Huge crowd was waiting for the arrival of the train. Among the crowd, a son and a daughter with their parents were eagerly waiting for the train. The train had arrived. Every compartment was tightly packed with the mob. To avoid the crowd, the mother with her son entered into a ladies' compartment, whereas the father with his 15-month-old daughter entered into a general compartment of the local passenger train. There were many characters with long beard and curly moustache among the mob. Yes, the shrieky, thundering cry of the child started, which made the entire crowd in the compartment to look at the pathetic father who is unable to console his child and stop her crying. Yeah, this was an incident happened in the life of this scaredy cat who has entirely transformed into a confident kitty standing in front of you. A warm greetings to one and all present here. This is Narayani Om Prakash, a 10th grader from KRM Public School, giving a TED talk on a topic, a scaredy cat into a confident kitty. When I was young, I had a fear of looking at strangers, particularly the male gender. In fact, I would still remember the days how I used to cry when my cousin from the US came to wish me on my birthday and when my parents took me to the family functions. You know, none of my relatives be in my house due to my screaming nature. Oh my God, really I gave them a terrible experience every time when they carry me outside. Naturally, I was a good-looking girl. No, I am a good-looking girl, isn't it? And my mom used to dress me like an angel. On the contrary, when they attend any family gatherings along with me, they would have felt that they had carried a monster along with them. Look at the compliment I've received. A good-looking monster. Not bad, I accept it. My mom has researched whether it is due to fear of men, androphobia, or it is due to fear of strangers, anthrophobia. Something fuzzy, right? What could it be? Well, my parents told me that they didn't celebrate my birthday due to my screaming nature. Pity on me. I'm sure that they are very clever to give such reasons convincingly. Now, I think my fear of anthrophobia has saved many bucks for my parents instead of spending on celebrations. But the fear has continued for years, affecting my social skills. What to do? How to overcome with that? Obviously, my parents were literally anxious that how I could face my society with all kinds of people. Here, my mom acted as a therapist who has used fine arts as a tool and introduced me into various art techniques at my younger age. Dear friends, have you ever made a painting countless hours on it? Have you ever wasted any good canvas? But I did. Surprisingly, my mother noticed me and she got the remedy for my fear. Yes, it's none other than art. Initially, I expressed myself onto the canvas, paper, charts, and even walls as painting rather than expressing in the form of speech. Statistical evidence says that art enhances our brain functions by impacting brainwave patterns, nervous system, and emotions. Art and creativity has a great impact in controlling the dopamine level, which is usually low for the people with anxiety. As we utter the word art, the one which comes to our mind is either painting or drawing. Am I right? But the word art is inseparable from every walk of life. Let it be architecture, sculpture, literature, dance, music, painting, drawing, and theatrics. All these art forms are connected with our life and emotions. I started my research when I was in grade 7. It was pandemic where all the schools were shut and our education had continued through online. With enough of time and loneliness, I started experimenting with different types of traditional arts, particularly the art form of ancient India. I became very curious to know about all these 64 art forms which portrays the culture and civilization of a country. Dear spectators, let me ask you a question. Is there anybody who is master in all forms of art? This was the question raised in my mind. As a result, I started learning myself various colors, which means performance of art. Here are the glimpses of my learning. The first and foremost art form which I developed from my childhood and ever continued till now is Alekya Vidya, the art of painting. Painting is a visual art which composes drawing, gesture, narration, composition, and abstraction. I have brought expressionism in my painting, which is predominantly seen in the countries like Germany, Russia, France, and Austria. And this painting depicts a walk with the pain in the showers of rain. The harder the winds blow, the heavier the blood flows. Life goes on still in a long stretch of time, expressing the emotions as an act of mime. Then I tried painting using patterns and geometric designs like circles, a spiritual symbol in ancient art called mandala. Mandala painting were produced in India, Tibet, China, Nepal, Japan, Bhutan, and Indonesia. Impressionist painting techniques or broken color techniques on the canvas using small short strokes which gives a patchwork appearance. Moving on to abstract painting. Here, I tried to give a meaningful message to a completely disfigured painting. I have enhanced my drawing skills and I tried to update on the skin using different colors of tattoos and by designing in hands and palms using mehendi cones. In fact, I have earned money bucks during the art exhibition conducted in our school and during the family functions. To my wonder, I noticed this as a different art form which is called as Aisesha Kachedya Vidya, the art of painting the face and body with color. Wow, it's truly amazing how these art forms were classified even before thousands of years back. Wondering, right? Progressing on to my next learning, Nritya Vidya, the art of dancing. I could say the most exciting performing art is dancing, which increases our body flexibility, boosts our memory concentration, cognitive skills, and improves our social health and mental health. Though there were many different dance forms like hip-hop, jazz, western, ballet, I prefer to learn Bharatanatyam, the Indian classical dance, which has the unique features of communicating the expressions of love, laughter, anger, fear, disgust, wonder, courage, and peace. One more reason for me to choose this art form is its costume, which gives a very gracious look for different poses of dance, and I feel proud and vibrant wearing attractive jewelry while performing on stage. When I learned Bharatanatyam, I got a chance to give a dramatic presentation titled Narasimha Natya Nadagam. It's a drama with speech, music and dancing. From this, I could proceed my learning to the next art form, Natya Vidya, the art of theatricals. It includes 4 different styles: the graceful, the energetic, the grand, and the verbal form of stylized acting. The music or the tune for which I've danced, for which I've acted, has created a deep impact in my mind and soul and made me to murmur the song and elevated me to the new stage of learning, Geeta Vidya, the art of singing. Does singing have any power? Have you experienced the pleasure of singing? I did, and enjoyed to the core with my solo performance and group singing as well. Do you want to enjoy my Geeta Vidya? Here is the song which has been composed by me. And I request all to snap with my tune. Every anxious thought that steals my breath, it's a heavy weight upon my chest. As I lie awake and wonder what the future will hold, help me to remember that you're in control. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in the mind. I will trust you, Lord. I'll fear no more. I will trust you, Lord. I'll fear no more. You know, a hormone called endorphins are released while singing, which in turn promotes positive feelings. On the other hand, group singing induces the production of oxytocins, which is called as a bonding hormone, which really reduces stress, anxiety, and increases the social well-being of the performer. Though singing is not a gift I'm born with, it is a learned skill which boosts my creativity to multiple levels and made me to communicate to the world beyond the words. During my journey towards dance and theatrics, as I supposed to wear antique jewelries and ornaments for the better look of my costume, I have started to make ornaments using beads and stones. You know, to my surprise, I have learned yet another art form, Mani Bhumika Karma, the art of making groundwork of jewels. Is it enough if I just make jewelries or buy the ornaments? It should be properly worn with necessary adjustments and required settings, right? People used to approach the fashion designer or beautician for grooming themselves, particularly during the wedding events, stage shows, and engagements. But my friends and relatives started approaching me as I have Bhushan Yojana. I'm not just joking. It's really an art form of applying or setting ornaments which I've learned. How do we look if we dress completely with proper jewelry, leaving our hair uncombed? Would it give a decent look? Never. My next jump is to pick the comb up, and my first trial started with my grandmom combing her hair with different kinds of plaits. Undeniably, my sweet grandmom has agreed to most of my trials. Looking at the trouble I did, my mom had given me a gift. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it's a hair wig. With the help of that, I made several trials and learned the art form Kesamarjana Kausala, the art of combing hair. Wow, it's truly inspiring to know more and more about these art forms, aren't they? Usually, people have 3 meals a day. But in our generation, we have included snacks break in between at least for twice, isn't it? Particularly, we'll be awaiting for the tasty, crunchy, munchy snack in the evening. During pandemic, I started to prepare varieties of sandwiches, recipes using puffed rice, milkshakes, fruit salad, sweet variety, and few other unnamed dishes. During the preparation of pastry items, it has turned out into a sticky sweet variety which I named the recipe as baked cocoa alva. Nostalgic funny memories. Though not a smart chef, I was titled as a smart snacky bowl in my family for the art form which I have learnt in preparing varieties of delicious food called as Sita Sagapupa Bhaksha Vikara Kriya. While preparing the dishes, it is not only the taste which is important to be considered. Also the factors like flavor, aroma, texture, and the color of the recipe should be focused upon. Different cuisines have various combination of aromatics which serves the basis of flavor. I use herbs like oregano, bay leaves, ginger, spices like pepper, cumin, cardamom, aromatic vegetables like onion, garlic, carrot for the base for the preparation of soups, curry dishes and sweet varieties. In addition to my cooking art, I have added the essence of another aromatic art form called TEDxYouth. Initially, my hand and my mind started to work with pencil, sketches, brushes. And very recently, it has started to mingle with needle and thread. I tried to make pouches out of my torn jeans, stitching the edges, sewing with the help of needle, which is titled as Susivaya Karma, the art of needleworks. Usually, people use thread for tying parcels, packages, and several other security purposes. But Sutrakrita, the art of playing with thread, has made me to work with thread in different kinds of craft as you see. When I get involved in all these art forms, I felt I need to increase my patience and concentration to the maximum extent, for which I have practiced yoga and meditation constantly, which enforces discipline within me. And that's how I learnt Vainaki Vidya, the art of enforcing discipline. Very recently, there was a challenge thrown on me in World Scholars Cup competition in the form of debate, of which I was unaware of how to bid and argue against my opponent team. I started preparing myself for the debational skills and stepped into the learning Samvaikya, the art of conversation. In my first round, I failed in my conversation. But I didn't give up. I started debugging my errors for the perfect execution of my conversation in my second round. And fortunately, I was succeeded in my second round. I felt when my team number was announced, I got goosebumps with tears of happiness in my eyes and feeling of victory in my heart. Yes, I think I am in the process of learning another art form, Vaijaki Vidya, the art of gaining victory. Dear viewers, so far we have listened to 16 different art forms out of 64 which I experienced in my due course of life till now. Thanks to those art forms which served as an effective tool and helped me out in overcoming the fear which I had in my lifetime. Learning gives you creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides us knowledge, and knowledge makes you great, as said by APJ Abdul Kalam. Creativity gives you courage. It is true in my experience. And what about you? Are you ready to sail the ocean of various art forms? Draw the art you want to see. Start the business you want to run. Play the music you want to hear. Write the book you want to read. Do the work you want to see done with 3 C's: courage, confidence, and commitment. So this is Narayani signing off from you as an ever confident kitty. Thank you.
Yes, even I am planning to learn Vastu Vidya, which is art of engineering. Thank you, Narayani, for a wonderful talk. So please give her a big round of applause. So now let's make it as an interactive session. So I have some questions here to ask you. So the correct answers, the winners will be awarded with a small gift. So my first question is, what is the first color mentioned by Narayani in her talk? So any answers? What is the first color mentioned by Narayani in her talk?
I don't know the exact name of the art, but it was mentioned as drawing.
It's a correct answer. What are the 2 features that she mentioned in the art of dancing? Guys.
I think it's expressions and costumes.
Yeah, it's correct answer. What was the compliment received by Narayani in her talk? Guys?
Smart, snacky bowl.
Oh, give her a big round of applause. So what did Narayani name her cake? Some.
It was a baked alwa.
It's a correct answer. Refresh our senses with a melodious performance by Ganalaya. Let's welcome them.
Who we are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we believe it. Look who we are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we can see it. Here's to the ones that keep the passion, respect, oh yeah. Here's to the ones that can imagine, respect, oh yeah. Gather round now, look at me. Respect and love the only way. If you wanna come with me. The door is open now every day. This 1 + 2 rendezvous, all invited. This what we do, how we do. Look who we are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we believe it. Look who we are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we can see it. It's to the ones that keep the passion, respect, oh yeah. It's to the ones that can imagine, respect, oh yeah. We are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we believe it. Look who we are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we can see it.
speaker, Pratik GK, who's a 10th grader on KRM Public School and won many competitions in them. And he is also recognized as a child prodigy, and he is an expert in technical terms. And wait, Rafi is going to say something about his owner.
He is an app, game, web developer, UI, UX designer, penetration tester. He has developed me. I am an emotionally intelligent robot used for research purposes. He is the co-founder of Salad Soft Pro, which is incubated at Anna University. Myself and Pratik GK have been featured in Artificial Intelligence book for grade 9 of NEP policy.
And he won many awards like KPJ Abdul Kalam Award, Technologist Award, Techpreneur Award, and especially Young Scientist Award. And why are you waiting there while and we are going to welcome Pratik GK by giving a round of applause.
Okay, are you able to get what it is? Now, if you're not able to get it, no problem. Now let my friend Rafi understand what is given there. Rafi?
That translates to Vattelithu.
Exactly. That translates to Vattelithu. Now, I'm talking about the text that is given there. Now, what is Vattelithu? It is an ancient language. This language is not in use right now, but we are going to be able to read it. Let us see. Now, how was Rafi able to read what is given there? It is through the help of artificial intelligence. This is Pratik GK, a 15-year-old student from KRM Public School, Chennai, India. From my childhood, I had interest to play with computers. I have learned programming languages. I studied computer technologies such as app development, game development, web development, cyber security, forensics, and many more. I have presently learned programming languages such as C, C++, Python, JavaScript, Java, Lua, Julia, again, etc. I learned everything through self-learning. So whatever I've learned so far is through help of internet and my own interest. I started learning artificial intelligence at the start of the pandemic. That is when I also created my friend Rafi. Now, Rafi was able to do the decipherment of what is given there. And as I said, it uses AI, artificial intelligence. So it uses AI, artificial intelligence, and not only that, but we also require a technology to read what is given there. Right? We also require a technology to read what is given there, and for that, we make use of optical character recognition, OCR. Now, let me ask you a question. What is OCR? Okay, so it seems you are not aware of that, but let me give you certain examples. So we have certain applications such as Google Lens, which we mostly use to find answers for the homeworks that teachers gives us, and Microsoft Lens. We use it for the same exact purpose. Image translation service of Google Translate. Now, among these applications, what do you find in common? Yeah, so basically, if you have used everything, or even if you have used Google Lens and Google Translate, you will be able to guess that the usage of camera and the recognition of text is common. Exactly. This is OCR, the recognition of text from the image. In our case, we basically implement OCR to understand what is given in the image, to recognize the characters or alphabets to form words. So we use OCR for that. Alright, now we selected OCR for the purpose of understanding or recognizing the characters, but what about translation, right? Now how do we translate it? For that, we come down to AI. That is where we use AI here. Now, we need huge amount of data. The reason is for AI to give good results, we feed it a good amount of data. Same here, but being a child, being a student, I have many responsibilities. Study for exams, help my parents in household activities, and doing all the homeworks without the usage of Google Translate, of course, Google Lens and such things for easier completion of homework, and I have to perform all these. With all these, I cannot spend much time on collecting the data. What will I do? I relied on scraping. So scraping in technologies mean a method to obtain a large amount of data automatically. It made my work easier. So I went to Google, searched for what are the inscriptions, and then fed it to the AI for the training process. So now what do? We start the training process of the AI. Our AI gets the data it requires finally. Now let's start the training process. After training the AI model, which is going to be the infrastructure of what we are going to build here, we will get an accuracy, right? We will get an accuracy. Now the accuracy here is pretty bad because it is about 88%. Now with 88%, let us take a look at what we can do, right? So I have made an interface which you will be able to see right now. So this interface has been made with a model of an accuracy 88%, and I've also made a model of 96%. Just stick around everybody, the software will take a certain amount of time to load because this uses artificial intelligence, which you may know, it is pretty heavy, right? We got a data here which is in the language Tamil. Now this is going to be our demo data which we will feed it to the software. Now yeah, after a huge amount of time which is expected, we will get a result. You are able to see the result here. Now, the result we got here is a waste of time. You know why? The reason is the accuracy of the result is 88%, as I said, but it may look like a huge number, but it really isn't. 88% in terms of AI is very bad. In the result, you are able to see that the translation of words, the spellings, the grammar, everything is not right. See, I failed here. Now, will I stop here? Absolutely not. I will not stop here. So I started the training process again, and in this time I was able to get an accuracy of 96%. Right? This was the model with a percentage of 96, and let's see what a model of 96% can give us. So for the purpose of direct comparison, we are feeding the same exact thing. So I will delete whatever is given there and we'll do the process again. And see, this time the model with an accuracy of 96% was fast than the model with an accuracy of 88%. It provides me with good results. It provides me with the right spelling of words. And grammar is correct, more of all. So it is accurate. But wait, how will I be able to say that whatever I got here is accurate? Because I myself have no idea about Vattelithu. It is my AI which has learnt Vattelithu through the data. So I cannot confirm it, right? Absolutely, that is right. I cannot confirm it. So that is why I approached a researcher, an epigraphist, who is presently working on this topic. So they are presently working on the decipherment of ancient language, and I was able to collect the information that it was indeed right. Now, after this, everything is done, right? The story had a good ending. I made everything. The decipherment was correct. But no. After all these, I made a book called Vattelithil Thirukural. So this book is going to be having all of Vattelithu translated into the Thirukural with all of modern Tamil translated into Vattelithu. So Vattelithu is one of the oldest language, so it is of Tamil, and we are translating it into what it was many years ago, thousands of years ago, and that was released by the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Anna University, Dr. Velraj. And again, I will not stop here. You know why? The reason is Vattelithu is not the only old language present in the entire world. See, Tamil is one of the oldest language and Vattelithu is the old version of Tamil, but there are still languages that are pretty old, not as old as Tamil, but that are pretty old, which we are not able to understand. Like Phoenician, Akkadian, or pictographic scripts of Egypt. You see, I would like to decipher those as well. And for that, I have to go through the same exact training process, but this time with a different data, with the data of that particular language, right? So whatever I made through the AI is through self-learning, meaning I have learned everything by myself. So now, I have learned everything through self-learning without a mentor.
Hey Pradeep, I have a doubt. How did this idea come into your mind?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Every idea should have a starting point, and even my idea did. It was my teacher during my grade 6 period who told me to do something for language, because I was doing everything but not for language. As you can see here, I made robots, I got featured in things, but still I made no contributions to language. And I thought of some ideas, but see, I am very bad at speaking Tamil, so I did not listen to him. I forgot the news entirely, started working with my other projects. But suddenly, at the start of 2023, I remembered my teacher told me to do something for language. And having learned the AI, I had many ideas. I looked around myself because I cannot think of anything right at that time, but I had some ideas on how we can implement something. So I looked around myself and then saw inscriptions of Vattelithu around temple areas, temple walls, cave walls, and ancient structures. So I thought of reading it and I thought of getting some idea from that, but then Suddenly, my parents told me that they cannot be read right now because the data for those languages are extinct, meaning it is extinct, so we are not able to read it right now. Now, after doing everything as much as I can to read it, I was not able to. So that is why I made Rafi, who can able to decipher the Vatteluthu, which in turn I got featured in BBC, I got featured in Sun TV News, and many more, even ANI. So this was something that I was able to achieve through the help of Rafi and my self-learning thing. Now, whatever I learned was through self-learning, right? Without a mentor, as I said. And if I am able to do it, of course, you can able to do it, right? You can also able to do something without any mentor.
Wait, please, let me say that.
Oof. Again, Rafi would like to say something. Let us see what he has to say. Okay, Rafi, go on.
Steve Jobs once said, if you want it, you can fly. You just have to trust your Lord. Thank you.
That is indeed true. If you have the desire to achieve something, you can achieve it, you can achieve greater heights, and you can learn it without anybody, without anybody's help. All you need is the desire to learn it, and you will succeed in that area. Thank you.
Let you talk. Do you know something? People like me only know about ramen and noodles. But through your software, we are getting to know about Vatteluthu. Again, audience, here are a few questions from Pratik's talk. What is the book created by Pratik? A huge round of applause for him. Next, the model with which accuracy was fast.
The model is 96%.
Yes, he deserves a round of applause. What is OCR?
Optical character recognition.
A round of applause for her too. At last, who is Rafi?
The robo created by Pratik.
Yes. Now I request our CEO sir and Vasanta Gauri ma'am to appreciate our Ganalaya and Natalia team. Ritu Parvana, Ritu Parna, Sahana and M. Kirtana from Ganalaya team. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Do you guys Vasudeva Kudumbagam? Yes, I'll tell you. Vasudeva Kudumbakam is a divine phrase which means the world is one family. Vasudeva Kudumbakam philosophy encourages dignity, harmony, and accountability. It has also the capacity to improve the world through advancing sustainability, understanding, and peace. Dance is abbreviated as discipline, attitude, new, confident, and expression. What if we combine these two exotic things together? Here are KRM dances to embark us through Vasudeva Kudumbakam dance.
प्रणवालय पाहि परिपालय परमेशी कमलालय श्रीदेवी कुरिपिंचवे करुणाम्बुरासी धीं तारा जतुलतो
That was a mesmerizing performance. Moving to the next, welcoming our third speaker, Suchitra Balaganesh. Suchitra Balaganesh is an 11th grader from our KRM Public School. She is a lovable and compassionate person who loves to explore ventures. She is a school topper at secondary level. She is inspired by her mother in multitasking and by her father in handling stress. She is well organized and she is always ready in lending a helping hand for all. She always portrays her passion as her profession, and she conveys how she identified her spark and also suggests how to keep that spark glowing. She, after attempting various activities, found out that her spark, her profession, is in learning and mastering Japanese language. She is a courteous yet highly determined person with a never give up spirit. Hearty welcome to Suchitra Balaganesh to present her talk on the spark igniting the power within.
心の中いつもいつも描いてる夢を乗せた自分だけの世界地図空を飛んで時も越えて遠い国でもドアを開けてほら行きたいよ今すぐ大人になったら忘れちゃうのかなそんな時には思い出してみよう Well, you must be wondering what was that? It is in very famous manga-based anime's theme song, Doraemon. Would you believe that this manga and anime prompted a girl to learn a language? Standing before you, Suchitra Balaganesh, a 11th grader, here to give my TED talk on the idea, spark igniting the power within. Do you know how fascinating our brain is? When we think about something constantly, we tend to work towards attaining it even without our knowledge. Our brain processes thousands of thoughts every day, and those thoughts flashes into our mind like stars twinkling in the sky. But we don't remember many things, right? When you're not attentive in the classroom, we don't hear what our teacher teaches. Rather, many of the thoughts run in our mind. When we are cautious about it, we bring back our attention to the classroom. An empty mind is a devil's workshop. Is an old proverb. But an empty mind need not necessarily be a devil's workshop. It can be changed into an angel's paradise based on the thoughts we sow and nurture. But sometimes a single word or a thought can get stuck into your mind and flash into your mind repeatedly, which may disturb you or provoke you. To begin with, giving a TED talk was my longing dream. But I did not have a base. And I was presented with this wonderful opportunity, which I surely didn't want to lose. I began to search for ideas for the fact that I had none. But it struck to me that I could make my talk interesting by adding crumbs of my life. And I'm here to share one of my views, which I feel as an introspection process that would greatly help each one of us to know ourselves better. So today, let us explore the concept which resides within each one of us, the spark that ignites. Wait a minute, spark? What is a spark? Well, if you ask me, a spark can be considered as a stimulator for flame. It arises deep within. It can be anything, any situation or activity which gives you joy, purpose and fulfillment. Well, have you ever recognized a spark? Experienced a spark? Most of us would have. Some of us would have recognized and held it, while some of us would have let it go unknowingly. The moment I said the word spark, the moment you heard the word spark, most of us would have got the below image or thought in our mind. Flash of fire, image of a bulb glowing next to our mind, the Eureka story, a famous one, electric short circuit, or spark as in Chevrolet Spark car maybe, or any other thing. Well, literally, man, human creativity and the number system are limitless. Well, the spark what I'm going to talk about here is the one that happens in our mind. It symbolizes the core essence of who we are, a unique combination of talents, interests and aspirations. It precisely is the inner flame that ignites when we engage in activities which makes us come alive, fills us with purposes and gives us excitement when we execute it. It is a gateway for our authentic selves waiting to be discovered and embraced. Now imagine a world where every individual embraces their inner spark, where passion flourishes and dreams are realized. It is a world brimming with creativity, innovation, boundless of possibilities. But to create this into reality, we must first understand what spark really represents and how we can harness its transformative power. Let me put you a question for you all. What do you think about the one thing which defines you? Like, what makes you, you? Well, I had this question in myself when my class teacher in my 7th grade asked about her ambitions. I was confused because I didn't decide my ambition at that point. But I was sure that my ambition should be something special and unique to me. It should be something which I'm good at and which I'll excel in. At that point, I had nothing to satisfy these conditions. And I decided that instead of discovering my ambition, I have to first know who I am. This journey of self-discovery begins by recognizing our spark. There is a specific point of interest for each and every one of us in which we luxuriate in and literally wonder where the time went. We put our blood, sweat and tears into it and to achieve it. Take a moment to reflect on your own interests, curiosities and talents. What activities brings you joy and fulfillment? What cause or subjects ignites the sense of passion within you? Is it sports, music, dance, or coming into subjects? Is it maths, science, language, literature, or any other thing? Take time and listen closely to the whispers of your heart and allow your spark to guide you towards your true calling and watch your mind getting happiness. So disclaimer, the whispers of your heart doesn't mean that it gives you during your class as personal experience. Well, I would like to relate an incident in my life where I was able to identify the spark in me. It was during the COVID time. You all know that students are online classes, we had to study. Well, I got a lot of time to watch cartoon, manga and anime. Looking into the making of anime and manga, I was surprised to find that most of them were originally made in Japanese language. I was so obsessed with them, Naruto, Doraemon, etc. And I wondered whether it was fiction or reality. So to answer the quest within, I started to search about Japanese culture on YouTube, and I was astonished and amazed to find that it wasn't fiction. That created more interest for me to learn about their practices and how it was possible for a country as a whole to nurture every child, to practice self-discipline, respect for elders, teachers, to accept their mistake, to say sorry and never forget to say thank you. Also, my father works on a Japanese automobile unit. Whenever he goes on a business trip, he comes back and shares memories about their punctuality, cleanliness, advanced technology, and especially about their food. He never forgets to get the souvenirs. We never make him forget to. And it was the time I started reading books. I came across this very interesting book called Ikigai, which narrates how to live long and happily with a purpose in life. It briefs about people's way of living in a particular city called Okinawa, where they easily crossed 100 years of age. Also, it is not surprising to know that India and Japan have strong relations traditionally. Buddhism, originated in India, is one of the most followed religions in Japan. You'll be stunned to know that there are many similarities in practices between these two countries. For example, taking respect for elders into consideration, in India, we Indians bend, touch the feet of our elders to get their blessings. In Japan, people used to bow as a sign of respect. You may also notice a lot of similarities between Hinamatsuri and Golu, Kathakali and Kabuki. Well, these things brought me an interest to know more about Japan and to give it a visit. As a base, I decided to learn the language. This was running in my mind constantly and created a spark in me. Well, identifying a spark is just the first step. The true power lies in igniting it. Never say no to an idea, because you never know how that ignites another. For this, let me give you an example. Comparing the cars 30-35 years ago and the modern cars, you may notice a lot of technological advancement. In a car, though it is engineered and designed at top class, all those would have come from expanding a small spark of idea. Well, it is this ignition of a spark that propels us forward, fuels our ambitions and empowers us to overcome obstacles on our way to success. Along our journey, we'll undoubtedly face many challenges which may threaten to dim our spark. Self-doubt, fear for failure, external pressure may attempt to extinguish our flame. But it is during these moments we must embrace our failure as a stepping stone to growth and reignite our spark with even more energy. Remember, when you face difficult times, challenges are not sent to destroy you. They are sent to promote and strengthen you. By facing challenges and overcoming obstacles, you grow stronger, wiser, more compassionate and humbler. Well, with the quest to learn a language, I informed my parents about my interest and they literally gave me this weird look like, yeah, that's my girl going silly again. Very sarcastic. And I couldn't blame them for this because reason number one, I never asked them to enroll me in. Reason number two is that I was previously enrolled in many extracurricular courses. To name few, it was basketball, volleyball, badminton, tennis, roller skating, karate, football and whatnot. The problem here was that I never sustained in any of them, even for 1.5 years. Well, with such an evidential history of mine, my parents had no hope that I would sustain in this one too. I have to prove my parents that I've got a real interest and gave my best efforts to do so. So I started off with YouTube tutorials and managed to learn Japanese letters. Yes, my effort convinced my parents and with a little hope, they agreed me to enroll in a Japanese language course. After a long search, inquiries, of course, with the help of my parents, I enrolled myself into the first level called the N5 level. The second hurdle was, any guesses? Well, it was fear. You'll be surprised to know that all my other fellow classmates were working professionals, college students and graduates. Each had their purpose for learning the language. For working professionals, it was for their incentive and promotion, and for others to pursue their career in Japan. As for me, I was a girl who wanted to learn the language out of interest which came from watching anime. Though it was online class, I was very hesitant to answer any question because I was quite apprehensive that people would make fun of my language pronunciation. But to be honest, my classmates are very sweet. They never really did it. And to be even more honest, my pronunciation at the first was extremely terrible. And also, there were moments of excitement when my sensei and other fellow classmates addressed me as Suchitra-san. San is an honorific suffix added to show respect. When there is a mark of respect, you feel elated, right? With the zeal and passion, I completed my N5 and N4, first and second level, and entered into my N3 level when I was doing my 9th grade. So, coming into the mainstream discussion. First, we looked at identifying our spark and then at igniting it. The next is to cultivate it for continued growth. Surround yourself with supportive community of mentors, teachers and like-minded individuals who inspire and challenge you. Seek out opportunities for growth, learning and exploration which align with your spark. Remember, a teeny tiny spark thrives only when we invest time and effort in its development. What gives us happiness can be transformed into a mainstream career, or the saying passion to profession can become real. Individually, our spark has the power to illuminate our own lives. But when we come together, the impact multiplies. By amplifying our spark, we can create a more brighter and inclusive future. Well, after completing 2 levels, I have to enroll myself into the N3 level, which had intermediate difficulty. The beauty of Japanese language, which I personally felt as a difficult one, was that it has 3 sets of alphabets: hiragana, katakana and kanji. Hiragana are essentially used for grammars and to represent words which don't have kanji. They are the first phonetic alphabets to be taught for Japanese children and foreign learners. Katakana are basically used to represent loan words, that is, words from foreign language. Kanji are the Chinese characters which were brought into Japanese writing system. They are basically logograms, that is, each character corresponds to a word and has a meaning itself. N3 is an intermediate level, and looking into it, Japanese language has 3000 plus words and each word has a kanji, so I have to learn about 3000 plus kanji. In N3 level, we have to learn about 500 plus kanji. I can't even remember my friend's birthday. You want me to remember all those kanjis, 500 plus kanji. Pathetic. Well, in N3 level, we have to learn around 650 kanji. I was finding it difficult to cope up with my JLPT as well as my academics. My parents even asked me to discontinue the course till I finished my 10th grade. There was a tremendous pressure within myself, questioning my potential. I have to prove that I can cope up with my academics as well as JLPT to pursue my passion, which I don't want to give up. Meanwhile, my language school organized an event to celebrate the cultural festival, Hina Matsuri. Here, I was given an opportunity to speak before the Japanese delegates from the Japanese consulates. Initially, I was very excited, but the journey was tough. Last time changes, multiple rehearsals, at a point I was going to give up, and then my sensei introduced to me this magical word. Any guesses for that? Skambatte gudasai, which means please do your best. The most interesting fact about the language and the people is that they ignite themselves as well as others to give their best. This stimulated me to do well in academics also, and on the other good hand, convinced my parents to enroll me to the N3 level. Knowing that the level is difficult for my age, my father and his colleagues tried to convince me that it's okay, child, even if you don't clear the level. But what the language, the course, my people, their people, the culture taught me was that to do my best and to never give up. A study conducted in 2015, published in the Journal of Psychology Wellbeing by Robert J. Wellard, in the topic Role of Passion in Sustainable Psychology of Wellbeing, states that being passionate about an activity engages the person in that activity frequently, often several years or over lifetime. Harmonious passion will give positive emotions during the activity. Such emotions in turn fosters psychological well-being and prevents ill-being. Obsessive passion, on the other hand, promotes regular activity engagement but does not facilitate any psychological gains and may even inculcate undesirable effect on a mental as well as physical well-being. Well, against this background, harmonious passion will deserve much attention. In a nutshell, I would like to conclude that this spark igniting within us holds the key for unlocking our true potential. It is a force that fuels our passion, empowers us to pursue our dream, and enables us to make a lasting impact on this world. Ignite your spark with unwavering determination and let it guide you towards a future filled with purpose, happiness, and joy. Well, I'm not sure that you can get a lot of money when you follow your passion or dreams, but I assure you that you can have a feel of contentment and satisfaction in your life. To summarize my whole talk in just few sentences, the hidden bathroom singing talent of yours, right? That, who knows, we may see a pop singer. Or the little scribbles you do in the corner of your notebooks and the walls may make you Picasso Jr. Thank you.
Suchitra-san. Well, I tried to thank Suchitra in Japanese. So thank you, Suchitra, for motivating us with your talk. So it's again Q&A session. So my first question is, which are the Chinese characters which are introduced to Japan writing system?
Kanji.
That's the right answer.
Please go back.
Yes,
It was the same person.